welcome to the Art of Franchise Marketing. Each episode takes a deep dive into the franchise space and explores how the biggest and best brands handle national branding, franchise development, employee recruitment, and localized marketing on a daily basis. This podcast is brought to you by NetCertive, a localized digital marketing partner for franchise networks. NetCertive talks shop with franchise executives to discuss what's working, what's not, and answers the question, what else can you be doing to excel at the art of franchise marketing?
Hello, and welcome to the Art of Franchise Marketing podcast. I'm your host, Erin Martin, and this episode's brought to you by NetCertive. Today, our guest is Christine Faupel, the VP of Marketing at Ace Pickleball Club. Christine, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I am excited to be here.
Love it. And to dive in, can you give us a little bit more background on you and your role at Ace Pickleball Club?
Yeah, absolutely. Currently, I am the VP of Marketing at Ace Pickleball Club, and I have worked in franchise marketing for more years than I would care to admit, but okay, I started in 2000 and have worked across multiple industries, from retail to home services and now fitness.
We call those people OGs, so that's something to be proud of.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because when I am speaking to a very young, energetic marketing person and I mention something like, oh, in the days of a TV guide wrap, and they're like, oh, you mean when you're scrolling through and the TV guide? I'm like,
it's like the kids who don't know what an actual ad on TV is.
Yes.
When something pops up, they're like, what's happening? Why can't I skip this?
Yes. Yellow Pages, they're like, what, a book that's really old? And I'm like, yes, but...
Awesome. And tell us a little bit more about Ace Pickleball Club. How many franchisees do you guys have? What's your model?
Oh my gosh, I'm just loving this company. So we're a franchise system of indoor pickleball clubs. We, as of tomorrow, will have 23 clubs across the country, with another about 5 to open before the end of the year. And we are looking to grow the sport of pickleball club, but also to make it accessible to everyone, from beginners to competitive players. We understand that, yes, it is a booming sport, but there can be like some kind of intimidation, especially for people that hear about it, they're excited about it. Maybe they've never even picked up a racket before. So we've got a lot of programs in place for those people to shuttle them into, give them an intro and teach them about strategy and skill so that they're more comfortable in the environment.
Yeah, and I personally love a good pickleball game. It's so fun. Some of my neighbors have courts, but I also live in Colorado where it snows. So there's the field houses popping up everywhere where you can go and play throughout the whole year. So for your role, are you then focused on the customer experience, programming side, plus marketing, Fran Dev, what's all in your purview?
Yeah, absolutely. We are focused on the local franchisees, the local clubs, and helping them come into the market, expand in the market. I'm just like getting a little lost here.
Yeah, no, you're good. And so to dive into that, that's a great tee off.
Okay.
What does that look like from the marketing perspective right now for you guys on either the grassroots side, the digital side? What does your marketing playbook look like for those Ds right now?
Yeah, for us, obviously, it's a lot of digital. So we do pay-per-click and Google and meta advertising, and we handle a lot of that. We coordinate a lot of that. Again, we want to make everything as turnkey as possible for the clubs, because we want them to focus on the local communities, getting out there. And this is like right after they sign the lease for the building. We are promoting grassroots marketing. Get out there, get in the community, everything from join your chamber to have a table at a local event. Start promoting the club. That is what we want their focus to be. We like to do the heavy lifting, the digital and the digital landscape, but we really want them to focus on the community, because at the end of the day, that's what we promote. I know it's a very overused term, especially in pickleball, is community. We're developing a community. We like to say we want to be the cheers of the fitness community. That you come in, everybody knows who you are. You've developed these friendships both on and off the court.
Yeah, I love that. And there's definitely, I don't want to call it a country club mentality, but an accessible country club mentality.
Yes.
Like me personally, I would love to be a part of a country club, but that's not happening. But this is that type of environment where you can go on the weekends, you can enjoy yourself, meet people. And one thing that's interesting that I've been talking to a ton of marketers about is that pendulum swing from digital marketing really well to swinging back to leaning into grassroots. And so I love that you guys still do both. You take a lot of the digital marketing off their plate. And I'm curious how you have that structured then today, if it's a really strong national ad fund out of the gate, how you make that possible. Because then franchisees can't do everything. So if you really want them to double down on grassroots, that has to be their focus and you have to take something off their plate. So I love how you have that structured. So is it a strong NAF? Like, how do you guys make that possible?
We are an emerging franchise, so that NAF is really going to some basic tools for the clubs. The franchisees do work directly with the agencies, but we are the liaison. So we are basically giving them the budget from, again, 5 months out all the way up to their grand opening event, which is about 3 months after opening. So we are providing them with the playbook, with week by week, the budget, what we're trying to attain, so that really they're working with the digital agency, but they're just basically following our playbook.
Yeah, that's
very
awesome.
low lifting for them on the digital space, because again, we really want them out in the community.
Yeah, and on that grassroots side and community building, what are you steering them towards? What works the best for building that community? Event marketing? What else you got going?
Yeah, so one thing is like-minded businesses. So let's say like a Massage Envy, right? We would have a Massage Envy come into the club. They have a table. Maybe they're speaking to members who, after playing pickleball, many of us do need a massage, right? And the same thing. And we've got offers in the Massage Envies. Hey, this is great. You've got to keep up that physical strength. Here's a trial offer over at Ace Pickleball Club.
Love that. And yeah, one thing I've also talked to a lot of marketers before is finding those partner marketing opportunities by better understanding your customer base and what they care about. And I don't know what kind of things you guys have going on to understand. Is it a little of talking to customers out of the gate, especially as an emerging brand, to understand what they're passionate about? Do you look at data? How do you form that picture of your almost ideal member?
Yeah, it is a lot of that. We rely very heavily, especially on our digital agency and then our local clubs. The digital agency, they're showing us, and we had a very granular conversation with them yesterday about a new program that we rolled out, which is called the Starter Series. So basically, you come in, you could take a free class on Intro to Pickleball, but instead of throwing people right into a membership, we offer this Starter Series, which again teaches them skills and strategies. So it's been in effect for a few months. We're like, how is this doing? So we could actually see, they were showing us the journey of the people that took an Intro to Pickleball and then signed up for Starter Series and then signed up for a membership. And I'm always amazed by it, just because, you know, that deep data digital is not my forte. I like the creative and the fun stuff, as I like to say. But it really was interesting to see the journey of these people who took a class, signed up, and then came to membership. The whole journey of them coming through the agency's portal into our POS, and then it reports back to Meta and Google, was just like amazing. And then, of course, on the other side are the clubs. Like, we're looking at the club's memberships. Like, what is the average age of there? What is the demo? How does that compare with the demos that we pulled originally when the territory was designed? So, yeah, it's all A lot to take in, but very interesting. And again, we just continue to evolve both in, creating these territories and massaging these programs to target those specific local communities.
Yeah, and having that full circle attribution, understanding the journey, and just your customer and their average lifetime value is huge. I think a lot of marketers are swimming towards that and redoing their CRM and a lot of the tech stacks so that they can get to that. There's a lot of outdated and old systems that are holding, I think, marketers back. They're finally realizing they need to rip and replace or do something better to fully transform. So I'm curious if you're up for sharing what are those POS systems, CRM, like what are some of the tools that you use as part of that right now?
Yeah, just when you mentioned that campaign, again, it's something that I've loved. It's probably not something franchisees love, but I love seeing these campaigns that, hey, look, we gave it a shot. It didn't work, but here's what it taught us. We had these free trials, which was just open to the masses. And we realized that's really not going to help and we could see our conversion levels were really low. So we figured out a way to retarget that to people that, let's say, like senior communities where they had exercise classes and things like that. We'd reach out to them and offer them a VIP day, things like that. Yeah, our POS, again, as you can imagine, keeps evolving from our core membership is the unlimited membership, which is how we try to distinguish ourselves from everybody else. We don't operate like another tennis club, pickleball club, where there's a membership rate and then there's everything else a la carte. What is, here's your rate, and that includes everything. Like for us, we have our own exclusive tournament. And pickleball players love tournaments, but fees are expensive. So we include it. There is no fee if you are a member to participate in our tournaments. And the carrot is, look, whether you're a beginner or advanced player, you can play in the tournament. And if you qualify, we have a national championship with a $250,000 prize pool. We're really working a lot with our local team members to say, you've got to get out there. We don't have any issue getting intermediate and advanced players in there, right? Like, they love this. This is great. But it's the beginner players, again, that are a little bit shy. There's that intimidation of, okay, I'm comfortable playing. I can't play in a tournament. We're like, no. So we've got all kinds of support materials for our team to go out and embrace those beginner members, encourage them to become a part of a tournament or sign up for their first tournament.
Yeah, and I love that learn and iterate cycle then, because I would think too that a free starter or trial would definitely get people in the door, and it's pretty awesome that you guys could immediately see, no, that's not working. We need to help bring people in with those educational and like step programs into it. So that's a very cool pivot. And I'm also curious then, as part of that, is there discounting related to your guys' membership that drives incentive for you guys, or is that not a part of your incentive for enrollment?
The only one is, I would say, in the beginning. So the clubs, when they open, the first 30 days that a club is open, subscribers can sign up for what we call first month free. So they sign up. They get the first 30 days that the club is open completely free so they can come in. So we've scaled down those evergreen trial programs to the first month free. So get everybody in, understand who's coming in. And with that 30 days, it helps the team kind of target who the people are that are just, let's call them looky-loos. Okay, this is what it's about. You know what? It's not for me. To, obviously, they'll be able to spot the advanced and intermediate players to the players that are really interested, but they need some hand-holding. Yeah, and from there, that's where we just realize, you know what? Forget the evergreen. We need to create these series. So there is the starter, and then after they're a member, there's 3 additional series where they can continue to level up their game.
Yeah, love that. And I know as a piece of that data collection, knowing the customer, and for a great customer experience, you guys developed an app, which I love. So talk to me more about that and the process of launching and building an app.
Yes. I would say it has been a great relief to both our marketing team and our club management, because I would say early on we had a lot of emails. We had a decent open rate with it, putting together the emails and getting them out. Just was like, we could do better with scaling down that type of communication and giving these people up to the minute, especially when it comes to urgent comms. Maybe we've had power outages or there's a tournament going on. So yeah, we have moved a lot of that communication into the app where people can see the current hours. They can get notified about a new program and when a program is starting. Our tournaments, we're starting to push all the comms into the app with the registration is open. Registration is getting ready to close. There's going to be limited hours during the tournament. So yeah, that has really been it has been very welcomed by our members, which of course is the goal. But again, the marketing team and the club management are very thankful for being able to condense those large, lengthy email messages into the app. And we are currently rolling out some new flexible leagues where that will not only go through the app, but we've got dedicated proprietary software for that where members can just go in and it's just like a member organized league. They can schedule their own matches at the same time, and it's a very light lift for the clubs, but it is a big benefit to, again, a lot of these intermediate and advanced players.
Very cool. And what booking system do you guys use then? And can people book in the app?
Book
time, schedule for the tournaments or times to play, all of that jazz?
Yeah. So in general, our model is open play. So it's
gotcha.
a general model. So people can come in. If you come in, you're by yourself. Whatever level you are, there are dedicated courts. So you can hang your paddle up, and as soon as a game is finished, if there's one paddle, one person comes off, you come on. So at any time during our operating hours, with the exception of a few during the tournament, you can come in and just play, which I just found it was one of the big things that drew me to them. Like knowing how crazy your schedule can be professionally, trying to set a time with someone after work and saying, I'm going to be a little late, I'm going to be a little later, I'm not going to make it at all. Where here you can just show up, find your level, start a game, and make new friends. So that is open to all. As far as the flex leagues, yes, we have proprietary software that they can go in, they can register, schedule their matches. For our tournament, we have a separate software where they can go in and register and get all the information about when their match is going to be played, what times, what days, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I asked specifically about the scheduling and POS systems because I know so many brands struggle with that piece. And some systems don't play well with others, so it's really hard to understand then who's booking or who's scheduling and if they become a customer for life, all of that jazz. And so I think the thing that I love about your membership model is it's both open, like you were saying, which is a great experience for the member, come whenever you want, but it also simplifies so much of the back end operation and attribution that you initially might not think about. So it removes two big barriers.
Yes. And there are limited days and hours if people want to make the traditional court reservations or they want to reserve a ball machine. And again, all included in the membership, but we do reserve those for limited hours because we're really trying to encourage people to come in and just play when they want to and make new friends.
Yeah, and I think the other piece of having an app, which you alluded to, was just the benefit on the home office related to automations and communication. There's a huge amount of scale there where if done right, even on a website, you can do this correctly, bulk update and localize content to deliver better messages on behalf of the franchisees so they don't have to do it. But I think that's also a missed opportunity for anyone who doesn't have an app. There's, again, just understanding the member better side of it and their behavior and what they're doing within the app. But
Yeah.
there's also the communication side, which I think is often overlooked. So I love that you highlighted that.
Yeah, and it helps us refine what that demographic is. Who are the people that are opening the emails? Okay, we understand we have a percentage of an older demographic, and they like that. So we are going to keep that for certain pieces of communication where the majority, and we know there are our parents and our grandparents that are tech savvy. They become tech savvy. So yeah, these apps have just become a whole host of new data and interesting information for us to tailor new programs and things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so what other initiatives do you guys have focused on for end of the year and then looking into 2026?
Yeah, one of the things we're doing is, as I mentioned, we just are, like next month, we are releasing these Flex Leagues. So right now, all the registration is out. We just released that. So again, members can go in, and it's not like this set day and time. They can go in, and it's basically a member-coordinated league. We're going to be releasing another program next year, which is Match Play. Again, it is giving the members control of this without putting that kind of heavy lift on the team. It's giving the members the flexibility to play with people that they know and they want to play, or people that they're interested in playing with. But right now, our big focus is in January is our national tournament. It'll be the second one for Ace Pickleball Club. So all of the people that have qualified for our tournaments this year will be going. I think we have a max of 1,000 spots because we'll be playing it over 2 clubs. So we're really excited about that, especially about the big party we're going to have around that. But yeah, that has really given us a big leg up in the community on this. And especially we just recently partnered with DoorDash, so we're really excited about that. Yeah, they're going to be a title sponsor of our national championship, but we're going to be piloting them with kind of everyday service in a few of our clubs. Yeah.
How did that partnership come to life? I love that.
We have people in our organization that are pickleball enthusiasts, and they both have a franchise, and they work for corporate, and they're just so gung-ho on us really expanding our sport and our company. And they went out and they've been speaking to a lot of these different companies, and it's like DoorDash is a really smart partnership, because when people are there, especially during tournaments, they could be there all day, whether they're playing a tournament,
You need some
and
food.
they're watching someone. Yes. And while the clubs do supply that, DoorDash will supply, obviously, deliver any food. There could be sports-related things that they need. A whole host of things that really would not be cost-effective for the clubs to provide. So, yeah, we're really excited about that.
I love that. And that's the first place my brain went when you mentioned a big tournament with tons of people. Ooh, an opportunity for a big name sponsor to come to the table and make something even bigger out of the event. I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know we're coming up on time, but one thing I do like to ask is if there's anything you wish we would have touched on that I didn't ask about.
Yeah, and I would say it's one of the things that, as a marketing team, we are really trying to figure out. This is one of our goals, and obviously the team does a great job of communicating to both the clubs and then to the members about who we are and what we offer. For me, and especially the first time I went to a tournament, I am trying to bottle what that vibe is and turn that into communication, because I had been to the club, I took the intro to pickleball, started taking the starter series, but the first time I went to a tournament, I was like, wow, there is just this vibe, this energy, and I relayed this to the team. I'm like, this is what we have to figure out, how to bottle that energy. And I said, whether we relate it to someone, maybe the first concert that you went to, or if you're a fan of amusement parks and this roller coaster, the first crazy roller coaster, I said, for me, it's my grandmother's potato salad. So, and of course, they're all looking at me like, okay, she's completely off the rails. I said, no, I grew up, my grandmother's family had a deli, and they had this special potato salad recipe, and this is what I grew up on. And it is very different from traditional. I can't even eat traditional potato salad because the first time I had it, I'm like, no, that's not
right.
Salad. And it's not only that it's different, but now when I have it, it's those memories of these crazy, fun, chaotic family gatherings, but there was always Graham's potato salad. And I am trying to, again, bottle that vibe that I felt at the tournament along with these memories of the potato salad all into one. I know it sounds crazy. It's this crazy hybrid. And yeah, the team is, okay, yeah, we get it. So that is, one of our goals for 2026 is to bottle that energetic vibe that Ace Pickleball clubs exude to the members.
Yeah, I love that. And I would think the tournament could be an amazing opportunity to capture that story, that energy through stories, video, user-generated content. There could be a whole campaign and bottling, if you will.
Yeah, every tournament, we encourage all the clubs. We have a Google Drive for them to upload photos and videos so we can capture the spirit of that particular tournament. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. Christine, thank you so much for joining today. It was awesome to have you on.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed this. This was great.
And thanks to all our listeners who tuned in to another Art of Franchise Marketing.
Thanks for listening to The Art of Franchise Marketing. This show is brought to you by NetCertive. We help franchise brands and multi-location businesses run localized digital marketing at scale. To learn more, visit netcertive.com.